What's going on? What's up? What's up? I'll let everybody come in here real quick, and then we'll get straight into it. We got some baseball to talk, man. I love this slate today, to be completely real with you. The pitching pretty self-explanatory. Everything's looking great. So let everybody come in, and then we'll get into it. What's good, Cam? Jared Jones, what's up, man? What's going on, y'all? I'm gonna let everybody get in real quick, and then we'll get straight into it. What's good, my boy Brandon Do It? What's up, man? Multi haystack. What's up? Mike Spicer, what's up? Dogface, what's up? Chilling, happy to be out of Dorian's bullshit. What up, Cam? Six Son, what's up? Appreciate the work. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. It feels weird seeing Trout under 5K on DK. We're gonna get into that, but that's very weird. Yes. Bryant or Donaldson? Donaldson. Are we stacking around pitchers or finding pitchers around stacks tonight? What's good, Cam? Yeah, you stacking around pitchers. What we working with tonight? Hey, man, gold. That's what we're working with. We got some good shit today. Kim, man, what's up, man? Hey, with Vincent, what's going on, man? All right. Let's do this shit, man. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. I'm going to get straight into this shit. All right, so we're going to get into it. Everybody who comes in, you can just kind of catch up. All right, first and foremost, best apple juice of all time. Okay. I forget what it is. I don't even know the name of this shit. What is it? Martinelli's? Shit is amazing. If you're a fan of apple juice, I suggest it. I don't drink soda and shit, so apple juice is my go-to. Water, obviously, and sweet tea. Those are the three things that I drink, period. What's good, Cam? Dwayne, what's up? Giddy up. Paul, what's up, man? Hey, Cam, I'm here in Florida with the hurricane. Pray for us, bro, but let's get it. Hey, man, good luck, man. I heard that it's supposed to go around. You know what I'm saying? I heard it's supposed to go around y'all and miss you. That's what I heard. How long did it take you to profit on DFS? I've been playing around 2 months and down 100. 2 months is way too soon. Obviously, take all of the, back when I started, we all lose when we first start. You know what I'm saying? You got to get used to it. You got to learn. You got to, just like everything, you get better. So don't feel too bad about it. There's a lot of back when I started playing DFS was in the beginning of DFS. There wasn't people doing what I do. Like you didn't have any help. You know what I mean? You were just trying to figure it out yourself. Now you've got so many outlets to go to for help and people to help you out. So, but first and foremost, Zachary, stick to single entry double ups. Stack up your money, build your bankroll up, and don't ever go all in. Play like a small percentage of your total bankroll, right? Never play an amount of money that you aren't willing to lose, okay? Because at the end of the day, anybody can get hurt, right? So we do the studying we need that it takes. We study our asses off. We put ourselves in the best spot knowledge-wise. But at the end of the day, we hope these guys perform. Now, with NFL, basketball, shit like that, it's way more, you can kind of call it a little easier. Baseball, best players in the world strike out 5 times. So, it's a little more variance. NFL is coming up. That's definitely one of those type of we only lost 3 weekends last year. If you know NFL, you know how to take advantage of where all the ownership is going. Yet you know so much about NFL that you're okay with getting off of that chalky guy if you're not feeling it. Those are the ways to kind of jump ahead of the pack and stuff like that. Never go with the obvious. Sometimes you got to just go with gut, especially in baseball. Going with gut, going with that low-owned guy can be the huge difference maker a lot of times. Doesn't mean your entire lineup has to be just different and weird, with players that nobody thinks about because they're not in good spots. If it's somebody that nobody's talking about and they're in an amazing spot and they check all the boxes, play them. I got work tomorrow. I'm in South Florida. I missed it, but let's get to the money. Yes, sir. What's up, bro, for NFL? What contest do you play for? Single entry double up still. They have some massive double ups this year. I saw them over 20,000 entries or something like that. You guys can try it out, see how it goes. In those, they're like 150 max enter though. So But you can still try that out and see how it goes. That's a ton of players in those things. So it should still, especially with the way we play NFL, that's easy money. You put that many people in a double up, that's easy money. I don't give a shit they're playing 150 or not. All right, guys, let's get to it. All right, now we have over 50 people in here. Wait, Cam, you don't play tourneys? I'll play a few of them, but I don't put majority of my bankroll into tourneys. I play mainly single entry double ups because that's what I encourage y'all to play. So I'm not going to play anything different. So I play exactly what I tell y'all to push in that you're willing to gamble every day. All right, I'd say probably 10, 20% if you're feeling frisky. You know what I mean? A little bit in GPP, most of it in cash. Best play for Fanduel. All right, so I've had a bunch of people ask about Fanduel real quick. So let's take a look at Fanduel, and then we'll come over to DraftKings and go from there. Now let's talk about pitcher on Fanduel, of course, because that is the main spot really on DK and Fanduel. But over on Fanduel, especially when you only have one pitching option to choose from, it's really important you get that right. Now, over here, Clevenger's 12K, Jacob deGrom's 10.7. I mean, I can understand kind of maybe Lester at 7.1. He's cheap over here. But really, you're going Clevenger or deGrom. deGrom being that big of a difference between Clevenger is pretty huge. Going against Washington, though, they can be a little bit pesky. But I don't have, I'm leaning, if you have the bats, which we're going to talk about in a minute, I'd just go Clevenger because that's my favorite dude. And I mean, if you have value at bats, there's no reason to save money there. Let's talk about value bats. Nick Martini for San Diego, lefty-righty against Kelly. He's only 2.2 if he ends up in the lineup. Travis Shaw's only 2.1 if he ends up in the lineup against Greinke. I know it's Greinke, but they're in Milwaukee, a hitter-friendly ballpark, and this Travis Shaw, he's super cheap and always has a home run potential. What other guys really stick out to me? None of the other value really sticks out to me. Martini's a great value. Austin Nola hits lefties well. He's good versus Lester if you want to use him. Matt Joyce is a great option at 2.4 in that Atlanta total against Font. Font is a bad pitcher. So I'm definitely okay with going with Josh Rojas at 2.3 is in play. So yeah, Jason Hayward's probably my favorite value on here at 2.7, lefty righty against Hernandez. I love Jason Hayward today. We got the wind blowing out to right, so that's good for the lefties for Chicago, like Schwarber, Hayward, guys like that are in a great spot today. So there you go. I am trying to go Clevenger. If not, deGrom is completely fine. Saving that money and going to deGrom is completely fine. Toro, if he plays, love Toro over on DK. Not feeling CMC versus the Rams. So this will be the only NFL question that I talk about real quick. This will be the only NFL thing that I talk about because we're trying to focus on baseball. NFL, I'm going to have a live show for it, by the way, so just stay tuned. But Christian McCaffrey is the greatest target on this Carolina offense, okay? Second of all, Rams defense is not good, okay? They were giving up tons of points last year. Thirdly, they have a great offense, so they're going to score on Carolina. Carolina's going to have to throw to keep this game close. And who are they going to throw to? McCaffrey. The dude's targets is way too high. I love him. I love Le'Veon. The guys I talked about in the video. Obviously, we can't go with the backup for Zeke anymore because most likely Zeke's going to be playing week 1, but we'll see. Zobrist is back for the clubs like Zobrist as well. Let me see. Let me go back for some questions. Flaherty on FanDuel. Flaherty's 10K. I would rather deGrom. That's too close of a price not to just go deGrom 500 more. Do you like any cheap starting pitchers? Mike Montgomery, 100%. DK value, Seth Brown. I have been using Seth Brown a lot lately. So yes. Dodgers have cheap bats. So thank you for bringing that up. Love the Dodgers. Dodgers are probably my favorite stack on the entire slate. I love Atlanta too. Let's just break these top stacks down. All right, let's start off with Atlanta, which is the top stack of the day according to Vegas. All right, let's see why they like it so much. Now, we have some unknown guy opening up, and then we'll have Font pitching for Toronto. Okay, so let's check out Font. Get some information on him. Now, first and foremost, Font is dreadful versus left-handed hitting. He gives up a 363 WOBA, 259 ISO, tons of hard contact. The only plus with Font is he's got a solid K rate versus lefties and righties. So if Atlanta just happens to have one of those off days, then they could definitely K a bunch. He's got a solid K rate. Lefties and righties are definitely in play against this dude. He gives up a huge fly ball rate versus righties, 48% compared to 37% against lefties. So lefties and righties are in play. I would prioritize lefties. So I like Freddie Freeman a ton, Matt Joyce a ton. Freeman's my favorite bet on this offense. Acuna is fine. Donaldson is fine. But I would prioritize Freeman if you're wanting to use the Atlanta stack. Now, let's talk about the Dodgers, which personally is my favorite stack. They're going against Chichi Gonzalez. This dude is dreadful versus lefties and righties. The best part about this guy is he doesn't have the K rate as Font. He's got an 11% K rate versus lefties. So get all the lefties you can possibly handle from this Dodger lineup, especially Corey Seager at that price. Ridiculous, okay? Only strikes out 12% of righties while giving up over a 400 WOBA to lefties and a 364 WOBA to righties. So the dude does not get people out at all. The only positive going for him is he has slightly over a 45% ground ball rate to lefties and righties. But this sample size still isn't that great. So he's not a good pitcher, plain and simple. The ground ball rate is elevated higher than it's going to be in reality. It's going to come down. Expect more balls hit up in the air than what has been so far. Come on. If Jock Peterson's in the lineup, Peterson, Seager, Turner, Bellinger, Pollock are all in play, as well as Smith at catcher. He mashes righties with a 500 ISO. Absolutely ridiculous. Small sample size, but he's been hitting righties ridiculous. So Peterson, Seager, Turner, Bellinger, Pollock. Beatty is also very good versus righties. If Peterson's out of the lineup, obviously, some things will change. Guys will move around the lineup. But yeah, lefties and righties against Chi-Chi. The Dodgers are my favorite stat. 100%. Tough to trust who will actually come in and pitch after Font. Godley was supposed to come in on Saturday and never came until the 7th. Yeah, you don't know. Let's talk about some other stacks that are popping. Some other high projected totals is Boston and Chicago Cubs. The Cubs have a wind blowing out strong. We all know when they're playing in Chicago and they got the wind blowing out, that is a huge bump to home runs, a huge bump to run total. Chicago guys are definitely in play. Good thing about Felix is this over a 60% ground ball rate to lefties, which is concerning because that's very high. So the ball is not getting hit in the air versus lefties. Versus righties, giving up the WOBA and the ISO the same as lefties, but the fly ball rate is over 40%. So the sneaky way of doing this here would be to play the righties against him, like Castellanos and Chris Bryant. That would be the interesting way to play here against Felix Hernandez. Thoughts on an A's stack? Let's check out the A's. Now, looking at the Oakland Athletics, let me get some apple juice real quick. Hold up. All right. Now, I'm glad you brought these guys up, and I'm going to straight up tell you play the righties. All right. Right-handed bats again for the Athletics are definitely in play. Love Chris Davis. He's kind of started to turn it around a little bit, and now he gets to go against a dude with a ridiculous fly ball rate, ridiculous hard contact versus righties. I mean, the dude is bad versus righties. Baraya has over a 26% K rate to lefties while only striking out 17% of righties. And righties have been absolutely destroying him. The average velocity that the ball is traveling at, the fucking distance that every ball is traveling at is way higher than versus lefties. So play the righties. Simeon, Chapman, Kana, Chris Davis. Those dudes are all in play for Oakland. I'm definitely all over that because there's some good prices on them as well. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Simeon or Seager? Seager, 100%. Stay on Dodgers over Oakland. But GPP, I do like the Oakland. I do like Simeon in GPP. What do you think about Keller against Miami? It's interesting. Let's take a deeper dive into it. It's interesting because playing any pitcher against Miami could be good or it could go tragically. So let's take a look at it. Now, Miami strikes out only 19% of the time versus righties. Okay, they strike out almost 25% of the time versus lefties. All right, Mitch Keller struggles big time versus righties, which is the bothersome part of this. Okay, he's done okay versus lefties, not good. He's done okay versus lefties, but righties he has gotten torn apart. And this Miami offense has a ton of righties. They're only playing 2 lefties in this lineup, in this entire lineup. Keller is a decent option because he's got a solid K rate. So even if he does give up a few runs, he can make up for it with his K rate and strike some guys out. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather go Montgomery and Clevenger together and not even have to worry about it. Gavin Lux, Tweezy baby, Cam, what up? What's up? What's up, bro? What's going on? Do you like any Rockies bats? I know you had Arenado and had Story on your home run predictions. Yes, Arenado and Story are the 2 Colorado bats that I like. Anytime Colorado is not at home, they're always much lower owned, and these guys still mash lefties regardless. So definitely, I like them for GPP a lot. Arenado and Story, I like them for GPP. Let's talk about some value guys over on DK, because there are some solid value over here on DK today. So getting Clevenger is a no-brainer. You obviously, if you're playing GPP, playing like DeGrom instead, stuff like that is fine. Over on Fanduel, the decision between Clevenger and DeGrom is much harder because it's a $2,000 difference compared to just a $1,000 over on DK. I'm leaning Clevenger on DK. On Fanduel, it's a tough decision. If you need the money, I'm fine with DeGrom. But let's talk value because there's a ton of it, to be honest with you. Travis Shaw, make sure he's in the lineup, but Travis Shaw lefty-righty against Greinke at only 2.3 on DK. That is a very good value. On top of that, Josh Rojas at 2.8 lefty-righty against Bolanos. Great value at 2.8. Timothy Lopes at 3.1 is great. You got some cheap catchers like Nick Dini against Norris, righty-lefty for Kansas City. I do like Kansas City's offense today as well. Soler, Merrifield, Dini is a solid value at only 2.6, gives you a cheap catcher. Nick Martini is 3.4 over here. Don't like him near as much as over on FanDuel. Abraham Toro at third base is a very good play against Lyles. Lyles struggles versus lefties. We know that. So any of the lefties for Houston are definitely in play. Let's break that down a little bit more because I know Lyles is absolutely horrible versus lefties. Let's just verify. Yeah. 379 WOBA versus lefties, 272 ISO versus lefties, high fly ball rate, damn near 50% fly ball rate, tons of hard contact. So the lefties are in play here for sure, especially guys like Alvarez, who barely hits the ball and the ball is going to leave the park. So Brantley and Alvarez are amazing plays, and Toro's a great value for sure. Thanks for the fire analysis. No problem, bro. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like down below. We got 26 likes and 63 people in here. Everybody who's watching this right now, drop a like down below for your boy real quick. Zobrist and Hap, if play, are good and cheap. Yes, Zobrist and Hap are fine. Who was that cheap catcher you just said? The name of the cheap catcher I said is Nick Dini. D-I-N-I. He's the catcher for Kansas City. He's batting 9th, righty-lefty at 2.6. So he's a cheap catcher option. Another guy that's interesting to me, honestly, slightly over Dini, for $200 more, Buster Posey. I get that he's going against Flaherty, but Posey has done very, very well versus Flaherty throughout his career. And the BVP is really, really good on a small sample size, but it's really, really good. So I'd rather Buster Posey probably for 200 more. Only 200 more for a guy like Posey batting in the middle of the order opposed to the end. So, yeah, Buster Posey's in play for sure. Let's see what else we got. Freeman or Cody Bellinger? My bro, I got to like. What's up, Mike Johnson? Appreciate it, bro. Sorry if I missed it. Thoughts on Boston and Minnesota on FanDuel? I like Boston over Minnesota, but yeah, they're fine. Seth Brown value, yes. Thoughts on card stack? They have been heating up. The Cardinals have been heating up. They've been playing a lot better. There are certain guys from this Cardinals stack that I am interested in today, and I will give them to you right now. Let's take a look at it. Now, going against Rodriguez, the main thing that sticks out here is lefties really get to him. He doesn't have a K rate versus lefties or righties, so playing either way is fine. I prefer lefties slightly over righties, but either way, he doesn't strike either side out. That means guys get on base regardless. They make contact regardless. Guys that stick out to me, Kolten Wong is a solid price. He's been playing very consistently. He puts the bat on the ball a ton. He's got the second highest WOBA on this entire team versus right-handed pitching. Marcell Ozuna crushes righties, 242 ISO, 369 WOBA. Paul Goldschmidt, he's been stepping his game up lately. So, yeah, you can definitely go DeJong, Ozuna, Goldschmidt, Wong, or Fowler. You can go with those guys for sure in GPP. That's fine. Posey is just a good hitter, period. Yeah, for only $200 more than Dini, I'm leaning Posey. He's just a solid, consistent bat regardless. He puts the bat on the ball, and if he happens to get one out or hit a few gaps, you're good. You're happy with at 2.8. My lineup looks sweet, but I landed on Miggy at first base. Miggy, let's take a look at Miggy, man. I haven't considered Miggy much because there's first baseman I want to spend up on, i.e. Cody Bellinger. But let's take a look at Miguel Cabrera. Miguel Cabrera against the lefties always in play. I'm fine with him at 3-4. That's completely fine. I am playing Montgomery, so I'm leaning more Montgomery than going Miguel Cabrera, but yeah, I'm fine with that. Going against that is fine. I'd probably, at that price, I'd probably rather Nola. He's got crazy power versus lefties. Going against Lester with the wind blowing out there really strongly and that benefiting hitter so much, I'd go Nola over Cabrera, straight up. Stassi is also cheap catcher 2 on DK. Yeah, bare min, so he's in play as well. Do you not Evan with any Nats? Let's see. Let's see if I am fucking with any Nats today. All right, so the Nationals, I mean, against DeGrom, the only guys I would consider is Rendon and Soto. That's it. I wouldn't go much further. I'm glad I fucking hot in. What was that? You must have typed it wrong. I can't understand that. I'm glad I fucking hot in or got in. No Nats, no Mets. Conforto is a solid GPP option. He's done very well versus Scherzer. Hey man, this apple juice, man. Witt, Mondesi, and Soler. Witt and Soler are the main guys there. I'm all over the Royals today. So I'm glad you brought that up. They're an offense that I'm also on too. Obviously, Soler. You guys know how much I love that dude. You know what I mean? I love that dude. Soler, Dozier, and Merrifield are the plays against Norris. Dozier hits lefties very, very well. Those are the 3 guys you're interested in. Come on, Cam, quit playing. That ain't apple juice. No, this is apple juice, man. What's it called? Martinelli's gold medal 100% apple juice. I will say this shit is expensive. Okay? So, like, you're going to have to play extra DFS to be able to afford it because it's expensive shit. But it tastes good. I'm not going to lie. What we got here? Rojas batting second. He is in play 100%. Love him. Any Mondesi. Mondesi is fine. What up, Cam? Sorry I'm late. I'm more on Dozier, Merrifield, and Soler, though. What stacks do you like today? The Dodgers, the Braves, and Oakland is one of the ones that we figured out are in an amazing position earlier on in this live show. But Chicago's a great choice, too. My number one is the Dodgers. I like Chicago and GPP. I like Oakland and GPP. Dodgers are the main team, though. Let's take a look at Boston because they're also high on Vegas. Let's try to get an understanding of why. This pitcher they're going against, super small sample size. We don't know much about him. We do know he's struck out damn near all of the right-handed batters that he's faced. He's only faced 17 of them, so it's not that big of a deal. The dude's young. The dude's in Fenway. He could get demolished. But he's done a very good job at keeping the ball on the ground. He's got a decent K rate. I'm not super interested in some Boston bats. Another thing that just popped into my head and I want to mention, right, is fucking Mike Trout. One thing, if you're new to DFS, I'm going to tell you right now, and if you've been playing DFS, you know this. You never get Mike Trout under 5K. Today, you're getting Mike Trout under 5K, all right? Going against Mike Fires or Fears, I don't give a shit. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Mike Trout's the best player in the major leagues, most consistent batter in all of MLB, and he still has zeros from time to time. But I mean, the dude's got a 382 ISO, a 462 WOBA, strikes out under 20% of the time versus righties. Fears does not strike guys out. He doesn't got much of a K rate. He gives up hard contact. Mike Trout under 5K is a big time play for me. I love Mike Trout getting it for that bougie stuff from Whole Foods. I actually didn't get it from Whole Foods. I went searching for it. They didn't have it at Kroger, so because I was just sitting here a few days ago, I was just like, man, I want that apple. I gotta find that apple juice. I only had it like 2 times my whole life, and was like, man, I gotta have that apple juice. I found it at Walmart. Honestly, they make good sparkling apple cider. The shit's good, man. That shit's good. Dodgers and Braves, love them both. Dodgers over Braves. Blackman over JD. No, I would go JD over Blackman today. If they were in Coors, I'd say Blackman, but I'm gonna go JD at home. Any Pittsburgh Bats? Let's take a look. All right, so Pittsburgh Day going against Alcantara. I really don't love picking on Alcantara because he's done a very good job this year. The dude's been solid this year. Let's give it up to Sandy, man. He's not giving up a WOBA. He's not giving up an ISO. He doesn't strike many lefties out. So if you do decide to play any against him, it would be the lefties. Reynolds, Bell, Moran, Frazier, those dudes. Indians being slept on. Let's take a look at the Indians. Now, the Indians today are going against Cease, who you want the lefties, okay? So you want Lindor, you want Santana, you want Freeman. You can go Bowers. I mean, the main guys that you want, though, I mean, Cease, it's not like Cease is good versus righties. He's just got a solid ground ball rate and a solid K rate. He does an okay job at keeping the ball on the ground and limits the hard contact. But lefties and righties both get on base versus him. So I'm completely fine with like Lindor, Santana, Reyes, Puig are my main go-tos on this offense. All right, I'll say it again. Lindor, Santana, Puig, and Reyes. Those are the guys that I'm interested in on Cleveland if I go any Cleveland. How do you feel about Jordy Mercer GPP one-off? I'm not on him too much, to be honest with you. Who do you like as second base for DK Cash? Have 4,500 per player. All right, let's check out second base. At second base, there's multiple options. I already mentioned I like Kolten Wong a lot. I like Whit Merrifield a lot. I like Austin Nola as value. I like Ozzie Albies a lot. I would probably lean, if you have 4,500 left, I would probably go Wong or Merrifield. I would go Merrifield. Slightly over Wong, but it's really close. It's really, really close. Rodriguez is bad. Wong's batting second, higher total than Kansas City. But Merrifield's Merrifield for only 200 more. What up, Cam? What's going on, bro? Smart guy. What's up, man? Pitcher for Fanduel is Clevenger or DeGrom. If you don't need the money, then Clevenger. If you need a little bit of money, DeGrom is perfectly fine. He's like 2,000 less than Clevenger over on FanDuel, so I'm fine with that. Rojas or Davis? I would go Chris Davis slightly, depending. If Chris Davis keeps batting fifth, yeah, I would rather Davis. But Rojas is a great play. I'm on him too. Straight up, though, I love the righties for Oakland today. Baraya gives up a ton of hard contact to righties. He struggles giving up too many home runs. Davis seems to have turned a corner and be hitting the ball a little better lately. So, shortstop for 4,500 on DK Cash. Let me take a look. Corey Seager should be your shortstop. Plain and simple. Love Corey Seager. He's part of that Dodger stack. Corey Seager should be your shortstop. If you're not going Corey Seager, then I would go Lindor against Cease is fine. He's expensive, but he's okay. Polanco, go Seager. Go Seager at shortstop. All right. I'm not even going to waste much of your time. Go Seager at shortstop. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. We got 76 people in here. Let's get 100 likes on this video. Trout or JD? Trout. 100%. Trout is under 5K. I love Trout. today a lot. Favorite cheap pitcher on Fanduel? Cheap pitcher? If you're trying to save money over on Fanduel, let's take a look at that. If you're trying to save money, I wouldn't. On Fanduel, I wouldn't try to play it like that. I wouldn't play any cheap guys. But if you got to, maybe like Alcantara against Pittsburgh, he's been fairly solid. He's only 6'8". Merrill Kelly. Obviously, if you're paying down, you're trying to go GPP-ish. Merrill Kelly's fine against San Diego. John Lester, probably my favorite cheap pitcher. Fuck what I said about Alcantara. John Lester over Alcantara at 7-1. Wind blowing out doesn't make me super excited. That kind of bothers me a little bit, but at 7-1, Lester's probably the best pitcher at that. Come on, guys. I love the live show. Click that like button for the man. Appreciate it, Garrett. Here's a sleeper for the Dodgers. Lux at shortstop. Completely agree. I haven't talked about that much, but I do like Gavin Lux at second base more than shortstop because Seager needs to be in. Okay, if you're stacking the Dodgers, put Lux at second. Okay, Lux is 3.5. If he ends up in the lineup, we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, Lux is a great option against Chi. Play him as second and put Seager as shortstop. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Let's get these home run predictions on. And now I'm going to answer a few more questions. All right, so let's do the home run predictions. I already talked about him in the high five video, but I'm going to do it again right now. All right, let's talk about the home run predictions. Now, I already mentioned. All right, so Mike Trout under 5K. Play the guy. I also expect a home run from him. We talked about Soler. Love Soler. We talked about the Dodgers guys. Bellinger. Love Bellinger. Love Jock if he ends up in the lineup. Chris Davis for Oakland. I can see him going yard today at 3.5. I do like him. Travis Shaw is a very cheap home run call. Some other guys that we have. Freddie Freeman with the lefty-righty matchup. I love Freddie Freeman. Ronald Acuna is also a bet for a home run, as well as Donaldson could as well, honestly. Some other guys. Outside of that, I like Rizzo a lot against Felix Hernandez with that wind blowing out to right. Rizzo's a great option. JD Martinez mashes righties. Chris Bryant and Castellanos could get one. Rafael Devers against Dobnak. He struggles a little bit versus lefties so far in his small sample size. We don't know much about it, though. I like Michael Brantley. Yordan Alvarez mainly. Alvarez is a great play against Lyles. He's going to destroy. Kyle Schwarber is a cheap lefty for Chicago that could hit one out today. I do like the lefties more than the righties in that. Justin Turner, I could see hitting one. Yasiel Puig. Already talked about my boy Soler. Michael Conforto. Nobody's going to play him against Scherzer, but I can see it. Jock Peterson, if he's in the lineup, I mentioned that. Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story. And then I'm going to go with one more. I already gave you guys my cheap guys like Travis Shaw. I'm going to mention one more that could get one today. And I'm going to go AJ Pollock. Once again, I love these Dodger bats. There's a ton of these Dodger bats that I love. Hey, bro, what's good? Who are we looking for cash stacks on DK? The Dodgers are number one. Dodgers are the main stack. And then you got a whole bunch of different like GPP stacks you can go around. Because Vegas has Atlanta at the top, Atlanta's going to garner some ownership. They're a fine stack. They're fine to go with. I prefer them in GPP. I prefer the Dodgers straight up, to be honest. Ty France has been playing well, and he is okay. Best cheap batter on DraftKings? Travis Shaw at third base. He's the cheapest home run guy. But, I mean, you got a bunch of cheap value guys. You got Rojas batting second. He's fine. No problem, Rhythm Beast. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. Drop a like before you head out. I hope you guys were able to get your questions answered. I hope I was able to help out. I'm going to get back into these lineups. Greenlightdfs.com. Once again, NFL is coming on Sunday. As always, we will have stuff on Thursday. So if you join for the weekend before Thursday, you will get the Thursday showdown for Thursday night's season opener. All right? Hit up at Uncle Craig DFS. Here, let me put it on here. If you guys want like a payment plan or help with joining the NFL season long, he will hook you up and help you out. He handles access and stuff like that. I build lineups. That's just what I do. I focus on that. Drop a like